in the gym. Whoop whoop, haha. Gonna do something crazy. Gonna try and work on the front squat just in the warm-up for squatting, because I'm pretty strong on this on the back squat. It's your boy DK. And yeah, like on the hat. And by actually training the front squat as well as the back squat, you will see progressions from both. So I mean, once you strengthen the muscles from doing the front one, you also see better gains in the back squat as well. So this is one of the first times I'm actually trying to do the front squat by myself, so only done it with the bar and then switched over to doing the back squats. But I have been upping the weight since then in terms of being able to do a front squat. But first things first, get very, very good at being able to do whichever one you prefer, and then add the other one. And in this one, just have to be careful of the rounding of the back, because I normally do go for to sit in the squat, go ball, as they say, balls deep, or sorry, that's the wrong one. Ass to the grass, that's the one. Yeah, sorry, didn't know where that came from, but yeah, ass to the grass, and make sure that you have strong feet down and you push through your heels, and at the same time you want to be thinking as if you're looking up to the sun. I remember one of my good friends, Ibby said how to do that. Yeah, shout out to Ibby, man. He was one of the guys who got me squatting, and yeah, had some very, very good leg workouts with him. Yeah, so this one was just easing my way back into doing some leg workouts, because I've been able to go up to quite heavy weights. But it's not necessarily about always going very heavy and then doing, sometimes it's also about functionality and mobility as well. So in this session, this leg session, there was a lot of squatting. As I would like to say, I've done my favorite number, a shitload of squats, meaning that there was a lot of them done. So different types, front squat, back squat, and if I'm not mistaken, there was also close legged squats. So it changes the way how the muscles are being trained. And I've got the bar just a slight bit high on the traps. Some people might want it a little bit lower, but the main thing is, as long as it's not directly on the point of the neck where the bone is, so you can't cut anything off. So I sometimes change it depending on how I feel. It'll be either high on the back or just a slight bit low, and that's specifically the traps area, the trapezius muscle, as if you want to get the proper technical term. And the weight has been lowered on this one, and doing the ins is to help get a better sweep on the outside of the muscles. So you can see the legs are a slight bit closer, and it changes the way how the squat is done. The same rules apply with your knee not going past your toes. Just like how in the other ones, you don't want your knee to be going past your toes, because that can cause issues for the knee. It's the same thing with this one. Yeah, gotta love the Arsenal hat. Mighty Gunners, come on you Reds. Even though that's their away colours. Yeah. So in this one, I believe that the next up is going to be some lunges. You know, a lunge. And changing each leg at a time. And sometimes if you want, you can do some people like to lunge backwards. That just changes it out, and you can also lunge from left to right. Specifically, as I'm in the squat rack section where I'm doing the lunges, I'm just lunging directly into it, and I have to be careful of the little bars at the front. I think I hit it a few times, and then next time I'll probably do it outside of the squat rack, or even have weights in the arms down by the side, and then do lunges that way. And I have to watch the way how I was putting it back. That was not the best way, because if it was a heavier weight, that would have been an issue. I want to mimic what you would be doing on the lightweight, on the heavyweight as well. That's very important, so you don't get into any bad habits in the ways how you lift, the way how you put the weights back, and the way how you train and actually work the muscles out. Now this is the squats again, just from a slight different angle. Yeah, I'm loving the squats there, and was wearing the belt. I don't always wear the belt, so because some people say that your core can grow or get wider from doing that. At that point in time, I was just feeling like I did need the belt because I hadn't done any squats or lunges in a little while, and that day was a lot of volume. When I mean a lot of volume, it was crazy. By the end of it, I was wondering how I was still actually standing. But that's what happens on leg days. On leg days, it's volume, 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 and then up in weights a lot of the time as well. So you can see the hat's getting touched. Hat's doing some rotations. Yeah, I should be stepping just a little bit in more with the weight instead of leaning. I did lean it, it is on lightweight, but should be stepping in just a little bit more. And on this leg day, doing some deadlifts. And if I'm not mistaken, with this time I was trying something a slight bit different in the terms of the deadlifts. I wasn't touching, so that it kept tension on the hamstrings a little bit. Sometimes you might want to touch so that you do that. I mean, there's not, whichever one you choose to do at that point in time is your choice. This time I was choosing not to do it, so that was an active choice in those points. First things first, you need to know what you're going to be doing for the exercise, and then actually doing it, not just turning up and thinking, oh, this is the right one to be doing. It doesn't work like that. So that one was doing some deadlifts, but doing it the straight-legged style, so that would really hit the hamstrings at the back of the leg. And back to do some more deadlifts. And deadlifts, yeah, normally on back day is when I would do the deadlift train, and on leg days, I mean, the deadlift train is when you use the barbells, whereas on legs day I would normally use the dumbbells on the deadlift train on back day. But on this day here, on legs day, would normally use the barbell. They're all bells, I know which one. May change it up one time and then have them each on different days, have the deadlift train on the legs day and then this one on the back day. But as you can see, the style has changed. It's not those straight legged anymore. It is what they would call the Romanian deadlift, where you do bend the knees just a slight bit, and it changes the focus and tests the muscles, the leg muscles, in a slightly different way. And this is part of the progression. Started working the way up to this weight. You don't start out on a heavy weight straight away. So now I've actually quite loaded it up quite a bit in terms of the weight, and as you can see, doing it as well, making sure that I do at the top really accentuate. And one thing I started adding sometimes is I might do a shrug at the top, just to really make it into a real full body exercise. But you have to watch how much weight you're doing and what fatigue you have on the body, especially because in these ones I am not touching, and without the touching you don't get the it changes it, because you have to move the dead weight from the floor, and that changes it. Whereas this one, you have to have a type of brake system going on, and it just works the muscles in a little bit in a different way. When you go back down to the floor, you have the ability to and fire off, whereas this one, it was more to do with control. And you gotta love it. More deadlifts. Deadlift. So with this one, as you can see, that it's changed a slight bit. So doing bending the knees a slight bit, doing the more of the Romanian style deadlift, as I've been informed what they are, instead of doing the stiff legged or straight legged version. And still in this one, not touching the floor. Sometimes next time around I might touch next time, then after it's just to add just that little bit of spice and variety to the training. You know how we do. And oh yeah, hustle, grind and work. Go to the shop and buy like 30 of those bitches. Alright, later, thanks for watching, bye bye.